Okay, so in this video, we're finally going to learn about using FileZilla. The first activity that you are going to be graded on is the FileZilla class activity, which can be found under coursework. Let me take you back one level, and you're going to start off with OCPA, so that's the first folder. And we typically do this as a class so that we can all learn how to use FileZilla together. But if you're an online student, just go ahead and download this document. You can fill out the first 3 questions using your textbook or just using Google. Then at the bottom, I'm trying to just give you reminders and tips on when you're looking at FileZilla, which looks like this. You're going to enter your host, www.ptcwebdev.com, your username, password, which should be referred to the login sheet. It will be there. The left pane are for your local files, the right pane for your remote files. So a good way to remember that: L stands for left, local, R, right for remote. You're going to create a new folder on your thumb drive. So I'm going to use this as a demo. But when you create a new folder on your thumb drive, you can call it, and folders are referred to as directories, HTML. Then you kind of want to mirror the same on your right, except you don't want to upload anything to the server like data files or personal stuff, because then we're eating up memory on the server. So we don't want to do that. So for example, when we go inside these folders, inside these directories, we may go ahead and create something for chapter 1. So let's say we do chapter 1 and we do the same thing over here. And you know that for when you're looking at Blackboard, it'll let you know what's going to be graded. So you want to actually follow the folders on Blackboard so that you know the directories you're going to create. So if you go to chapter 1, for example, notice how I ask you to download data files. This is saved to your thumb drive, to your left, to your local files. So you might have a folder called data for your data files, but this is not going to go over here because I don't need the data files for that chapter. I have them already. All that's going to go over here is what's going to be graded. So when you start working through the chapter, another thing you might find is that you're going to need maybe a folder to keep all your chapter work in it. So maybe this can be called chapter work or just chapter. And this isn't going to go over here either because I don't grade the chapter work. I only ask you to do certain things from that chapter, like apply, extend, lab 1, and lab 2. And then the test gets graded on Blackboard. So the only things you should have on this side are going to be, and you want to use abbreviations or short directory names. So you're also going to want to create these on the left side to save your work. But I'm just giving you an example of what I should see on your right side on the server. And then you're going to enter all of the finalized files in here. So I think for apply, and actually I created something that might help you. For the apply, I think the only thing you're turning in is it's going to ask you to download a template or create a template. I'm sorry. Yes, you're going to create a template and apply, but then the finalized web page is going to be called intro.html. So on your remote, notice how I made a diagram kind of showing you what you're going to submit. So in this case, all you're doing is submitting intro. So even though on your thumb drive, you might have an apply folder, and inside that apply, you're creating a file and calling it template, and then you're going to create another file and call it, or you're going to save a file based off that template and call it intro. The only thing that you're going to drag and drop over on this side is going to be the one file, the intro.html. Also, I shouldn't see any Word documents from these from these chapters from the web design textbook, that all just stays on your thumb drive. That's your own personal notes. So yeah, check out this file that I created. It doesn't have everything on it, but it kind of gives you a nice overview of what your local file should look like versus what you actually upload to the server. The other thing I wanted to point out was you're going to submit the fitness website after chapter 4. So until then, just keep it on your thumb drive. And then when chapter 4 comes, you're going to submit it then. And after it's graded, go ahead and take it off the server and just keep it on your thumb drive. Okay, and then the next video, I'm going to actually show you how to submit your work. Thanks.